Hello my fellow felines, this is KittyCatPlaysWithYarn here, and today I am doing my very first build since Get Famous has come out, and since we got terrain tools as well. So this is just a very simple mid-century modern type house. I did name it Monochrome Mid-Century because for the most part it is black and white. There are hints of red on the outside. The red is the accent color, and then for the most part it's pretty black and white on the inside as well. This is a good size house, though it is only 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. I really like it though, and I hope you guys do as well. It's pretty simple in the floor plan. I actually like it quite a bit. I did have a hard time starting it out though because I've never really done a mid-century home before, not like a proper mid-century home at least, and I tried very hard with this one and I actually liked how it turned out. I really liked putting the stairs like up the hill. Like I see that a lot in real life, and I just really liked that, so I decided I definitely had to do that. So that's what I did, and yeah, just kind of making the outside look cool. I don't really know what to talk about in this video because this is a pretty long build, because it did take me a while because, like I said, I've never really done a mid-century house before. So I had a hard time furnishing it. The outside was relatively simple though. I knew what to do on the outside. But the biggest issue was the inside, like I said, decorating the whole thing. I almost sent it to one of my friends to have her furnish it because we were talking and I was like, yeah, I'm trying to furnish a friggin' mid-century house and I can't figure out how to do it. And she goes, oh, that's funny, I'm trying to build the outside of a mid-century house and I just want to furnish it. So I was almost like, hey, want to do a collab? But I didn't because I'm not that sneaky. Well, I might be. That's a lie. But yeah. So here is when I'm just adding all the windows and things. I had a really hard time actually trying to figure out what to do on the exterior, so I did look it up. Look up exteriors of mid-century modern houses because I didn't know what to do. I knew siding was a thing, but I didn't know a color scheme to go with or anything. But I think the outside turns out pretty nice in the end. If you can't tell from the thumbnail, like I said, it's pretty black and white on the outside, and then one whole section of the house ends up being red on the outside, which I really like. I was gonna try to go with this tile stuff, but it just didn't work. So now I was like, okay, paneling. And I had such a hard time with this, like I said. I think this is where I just ended up looking online for exteriors. So I end up using that one from Spot A. And then I use some of the stucco we got with Jungle Adventure for the rest of the house, so it's relatively simple in my opinion. And like I said, I do like this house quite a bit. It ends up being very different from a lot of the houses I've built in the past, but I like it. And it is on the gallery if you guys do want to download it under the hashtag KittyCatPWY or my origin ID, which is KittyCatPWYarn. So that's a cool thing. You guys can go ahead and download this if you want. Nothing too special about it. It is a 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom with a tiny little office area as well. And then a relatively good size kitchen dining. So the kitchen ends up being the space that I'm blocking off with the dining room right there. Then we have a little entryway. The bathroom is that small room I just blocked off. The bedroom is the square, rectangle room, I guess. And then I end up blocking off a little space for an office in the big open space still, and then the rest of it ends up being the living area. So yeah, I don't know, I think this is pretty cute. Like I said, I've said this so many times, drink whenever Jen says cute. You'd be drunk. But yeah, just using some of the, you know, kind of typical mid-century modern doors, or just the modern doors in general. I feel like we need more, because, like, those are really the only modern, like, interior doors we have, in my opinion. Like, I don't know if anyone else feels this way, but, like, let me know if you agree, because, you know, it's a hard time. And the reason I did decide to do a mid-century modern house might be obvious to some of you, but we got lots of mid-century modern stuff when we got Get Famous, so that's why I decided to do this, and I really liked a lot of it, and I've seen quite a few people doing quite a few, like, mid-century builds with this stuff, so I was like, yes, I need to do it. So I did, and this is what came out of it. I like it. Pretty standard. I ended up doing, like, all the walls white, or for the most part anyway, but I wanted to do the, I never know how to describe this, but all the walls that are red on the outside, I wanted to make all the walls, red on the inside too. So, like, if that makes any sense, so all the walls that I'm doing right now, like, all the colored walls inside, are, like, all the same, like, the same paneling on the outside, basically, and then the rest of the walls end up being white, and, yeah, I don't know, I think I like doing that quite a bit, especially with more modern houses, because I feel like it's just fitting, and I ended up using that white subway tile for the kitchen, because that's pretty much all I've been using lately, because I just really like the subway tile. If you don't, fight me, but it's okay. What am I doing? I'm trying to find, like, a decent counter to use, and I just ended up using, like, the modern counters, but I can't remember. No, I used the Jungle Adventure counters in this really light wood, and I think it looks really good, because the kitchen is relatively light, and then the bathroom ends up being very different, from the rest of the house, but I like it. It's okay. Like, it's not my favorite room in the house, but it's decent looking, and here I am just, moving up pretty much all the windows just a tad bit, so I can fit the cabinet in right without, like, no, so I can fit the, stove in right, actually, because, like, if not, it was gonna clip, and then, so I just moved all the windows up, like, a tiny bit with Move Objects on, because I was like, nah, I need this to work. And also, I didn't realize this until I got, like, towards the very, very end. Like, I was furnishing the dining room when I realized this. But, right now, I don't have a doorway to, oh. I thought I realized that much later. But yeah, I didn't have a doorway to the dining room for a little bit, because I was gonna put it, like, right on that diagonal wall, but it must have got deleted or something. So I just ended up putting it there in, like, the general entryway. And I did change the office a little bit, so you have to walk through the office to get to the living room. I like that, though. I don't know why, but I just like it a lot more this way, because it's not, like, a super open floor plan. It's relatively closed off, actually, but I just really like it, and I don't really know why, but it's okay. And here you guys will see me just placing out, like, all the mid-century stuff, that we got with Bowling Night and to Get Famous, because, obviously Bowling Night was mid-century modern stuff, and then we got, like, half super ritzy stuff, and then half, mid-century modern stuff with Get Famous, so that's why I ended up doing that. So I sorted by those two packs and grabbed out, like, all the mid-century modern stuff, because, like I said, I really had no idea how to furnish this place, and I don't know, it was a struggle, but it ended up looking pretty good in my opinion, and I think you guys will like it as well. So now I'm just going around placing a bunch of lights. I ended up using the like hanging ones from bowling night, just in white, and then I put like the like saucer ones that I always use underneath it. Like I sized it down and put it like, or on top of it, I guess. So that's what happened there. And oh, I had a really hard time with the bathroom too, because I was like, I don't know what style to go for this. So I just ended up going very modern in the bathroom, because that's kind of what I found. I looked at mid-century modern bathroom, and I found like quite a bit of like generally modern bathrooms, so that's where I went with that. And I continued the light wood in here as well. Oh, and I did put in like cat stuff in this house, just because I kind of pictured this house having a cat. I put a bowl in the kitchen and then I just ran from there. I was like, yeah, they have a cat, sure. Why? I don't know. But this person or people have a cat. So there's that. And I really like this, what I did with the mirrors on this wall. I just kind of used Alt to place them like very close together. And they're super simple, but I think they look pretty cute like that. And yeah, I don't know what else to talk about because I'm going crazy. I guess, how was everyone's Thanksgiving? I know like this is coming out a little late, but how was everyone's Thanksgiving? I hope you all had a good one because I did. I actually made something for Thanksgiving this year, which is the first time I've ever done that. I made like a cheesy potato casserole. So it had potatoes and ground beef and cheese, homemade cheese sauce, onions and green peppers in it. So it was very good. And yeah, you just like bake it for a while and it was so good. I really liked it and everyone did too, so I was very proud. I was like, yeah, you like my food. So that was a good time and I got to see family that I don't really ever see. We have these, my second cousin and then one of his friends who is basically family at this point. They come up every year, the week of Thanksgiving and just kind of hang out. So I got to see them, which was nice, and actually got to meet my boyfriend, which was pretty cool. And I made my cousin's friend tell stories because he has some very interesting stories, because every year they come up for deer hunting. So he has some fun deer hunting stories, and that's what I made him tell. Because I was gonna tell my boyfriend, and I was like, no, he has to tell you, because he's such a good storyteller in that aspect. I mean, they are his stories, so I was like, nah, I'm gonna let him tell you his own stories. And they were really good, and I love hearing them every time, because it's so crazy. It's like it's something that like no one would expect ever. But yeah, so now we are just kind of doing the little entryway here. I actually ended up using that like poster thing of the 4 plumb bobs. I don't like ever use that. But I thought it was fitting here because it was like super colorful. And I feel like that's part of mid-century modern, is just like super colorful and random. So I thought it fit pretty well here. So that's what I did. And I actually... Oh no, I didn't leave it there. I thought I left that bureau out there, but I didn't. So this bedroom, I made it like relatively not colorful, mostly because of the walls. So there were 2 red walls in this room and then 2 white walls, because I did the exterior thing. But I just thought, like, I wanted to keep it kind of, like, I don't know the word for it. Like, I know the word for it, but I can't think of it. I wanted to, like, downplay it, I guess. So I didn't want, like, I didn't want to bring, like, orange and blue into this room, because it wouldn't really fit. But yeah, I don't know, and that rug fits perfectly with this room. Like, I was like, yes, it's perfect. Because there's like lots of brown and red, so it was just really fitting. And yeah, I don't know, I really like this bedroom. And you guys may have noticed that I've done a lot with mirrors in this house. So I have the 2 mirrors above the table in the like kitchen area, and then I have the 3 in the bathroom, and then the 3 that I just put up in the bedroom as well. And I really like doing that with those round mirrors that I used in the bedroom. I think it just looks so cute. And I was like, oh, and almost forgot about the cat. So there's a cat bed in the bedroom, and then a cat tree, like one of the big cat trees, in the living room. So I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm having a really hard time with this voiceover. I'm like pretty tired, so that doesn't help, but I'm just like very, I don't know, my mind is kind of all sorts of places as of late, so this is just a lot to handle for me, but we are almost done, and by almost done, I mean we have like 5-ish minutes left, and I did that thing with the mirrors again in this room, and I realized after the fact, like when I went to take screenshots, I was like, oh, I did that in 2 rooms, that's a good time. But I don't know, I think it looks okay, so I just kept it. And I did use the record player, I almost forgot about it, but then I went to get out a stereo and I saw it and I was like, ooh, I forgot about it. So it ended up going there. And now we're just working on the office. Like I said, it's super small, so there's like nothing too grand there. But yeah, it's black and red basically, because that does have some red walls as well. And now we're just gonna go work on the dining room, I think. No, what are we doing? Oh, I wanted to put something on I wanted to add more greenery to the office area, and now we're going to work on the dining room. The dining room is very white, and I don't know why, because there's not a lot of color in here, and I'm kind of upset by that now, looking back, because I feel like it's too white almost. Like, if it had like red walls on it, like fine, but it doesn't. It's just all white. And I mean, I brought some color in with like the stuff on the walls and everything, but like, I don't know, it's still a little too white for me. I don't think anyone's ever said that. But yeah, so we are getting relatively close to the end, so I think I am going to get going right meow, but I hope you guys are having a perfect afternoon, evening, or whatever, wherever you are in your neck of the world, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to become a paw print because I post new videos all the damn time, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye! Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe, like, and comment.